Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another session of Tony Talks right here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Today on Tony Talks, I want to ask the question and I want to get right into it because this is a question that I have been having for a long, long time. So I want to know, when you give your number to a man, when you give your number to another person, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? When you give your number to a person, does that mean that they can call you anytime they want? Does that mean that they can text you anytime that they want? Does that mean that they have a certain amount of access to you? Does that mean that you're even interested? And the reason why I ask this question is because, as a man that's currently seeking love, and as you guys know, I date according to my nature, and I teach men and I teach others, women too, to date according to their natures. And so that means that you can't date everybody that you're attracted to, everybody that you think is sexy and fine and cute and adorable. That doesn't mean that you specifically can date them. I mean, you can, but you know, it's going to come with a lot of difficulties. And that's not the purpose of a relationship. The purpose of a relationship is to enjoy the company, enjoy the same space with the person that you have chosen. But I want to know, when a man gives you their telephone number, what does that mean? Does that mean that I can call you? Does that mean that I can call you and talk to you? Does that mean that I can text you every single morning and just check up on you and say good morning? Because that's the type of guy I am. If you give me your telephone number, that's basically, giving me a green light. I would hope that it's a green light, that I can call you. How can I get to know you if I can't call you and talk to you? you know, Especially if I'm interested in you. And, if I care about you and I have feelings about you and I see a future with you and I see that I can, find myself loving you the way that a man should be loved, I want to text you. I want to text you every morning and say, good morning. How are you? But here's the thing, a lot of men will give you the telephone number and you'll call and they won't pick up. And a lot of men will give you the telephone number and you'll text them and they won't text back, or it'll take them 24 hours or more to text you back. And I'm sorry, nobody's that busy. No one is that busy. And if you're that busy, if you are that busy, then you probably shouldn't be seeking to be in a relationship with someone. You shouldn't even be leading anybody on. You shouldn't even be entertaining anyone, because you have to remember that there's somebody else's feelings on the other end. And if you give your telephone number, that says, hey, I like you. Hey, I'm interested in you. Hey, I want to connect with you. But to ignore the person, to wait, or to respond, 24 hours later or more, what kind of signals is that going to send to the other person? Because I know personally for me, if you take 24 hours to respond to my messages, if you take more than 24 hours to respond to my messages, if I don't have, or if you have not made me comfortable enough to call you, because, God forbid, I would never want to be that guy that is calling and you are on the other end of the phone, rolling your eyes. Oh, God, him again. Why won't he go away? But the question is, why does he give me your number in the first place? So I'm just curious. When you give your telephone number to another man, when you give your telephone number to a person, what does that mean? What does that mean? You know, what's the point in giving your telephone number to a person if you're not going to text back? What's the point of giving your telephone number to a person if you're not going to talk to them? If you're not going to call them? It doesn't have to be a long conversation, but I mean, I'm confused. I'm so confused. And maybe this is the new way of dating. I don't know, but you know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So I want to know what does that mean when you give your telephone number to another person? What does that mean for you? Define that. And does that mean that they can have access to you? Does that mean that they have access to you? Um, like, do you want to really talk to them? And my thing is this: if you find yourself where you don't want to talk to them, or you find yourself where you're not responding right away, then chances are maybe you are not really interested in that person as much as you probably thought. And I guess that's okay. But what's the point in like going through all the semantics of giving your number out if ultimately you're not really that interested in the person? And let's just be real. I you know I I've been around you, and I see how you interact with your phone. When your mother calls you, you pick up. When your cousin calls you, your sister, your brother calls you, you pick up. When your best friend calls you, you pick up or you text. But when I'm not receiving that same energy, you know, I'm not stupid. I'm on the other end, of this phone. Uh, that just says to me that you're not interested. I'm not on the radar. I'm not on the map. Maybe you just might be in a time of vulnerability when you engage me, but I don't think that's fair to the other person that's on the other side of the phone. If you're not interested in the person, if you have no desire to talk to them, if them texting you good morning and you responding, and if you find that a chore, or you find it to be annoying, then you know what, maybe you shouldn't be giving your telephone number out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm curious because I know that we all have experienced this situation. We may be currently experiencing this situation. My whole thing is, if you're not interested, because I'm trying to get married, you know, I'm trying to be married. I'm trying to start a future. I'm trying to spend the rest of my years with someone that I can love. It's very important, not only important for me to be loved, but it's also important for me to be loved by the other person that I am loving. That's just me. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Leave a fucking comment. And until then, people, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Always. And peace.